Everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to another video. Where today, it's Friday once again. Well, actually, it's Friday for me when I'm recording this. I kind of recorded this a little late, so it might come out on Saturday at midnight. So I do apologize. It will not happen again. I'm gonna try and record a little bit earlier. It's just that I went to go see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, so that's why I'm a little late. But I promise it won't happen again. I promise y'all. But anyway, we're gonna be doing another Friday, or Saturday, whenever this video comes out. We're gonna be reacting to 4 YT Entertainment videos once again. In this, link to the original channel, link to the description, and all 4 videos will be in the description as well. Go check them out. They're really good. I highly recommend you go see them. But anyway, this first one is called True Creepy Pizza Delivery Stories. I've never delivered pizza. I'm pretty sure I will later in my teenage life, but yeah, I'm gonna see how this guy got a scary story out of pizza delivery. I can only imagine how, but let's see what happens. In 3, 2, 1, play.
I work at a pizza joint in Chicago, and I unfortunately have the shitty responsibility of delivering pizzas, usually on the weekends, and usually at night. I've asked my boss for day shifts, but she seems to ignore my requests and give me whatever shifts I don't want the most.
Hey, bitch, I don't give a fuck!
I know being a pizza delivery man is somewhat of a dangerous job, but I never imagined anything like what happened to me a few months ago could actually happen. There is this one customer that always calls in and acts strange as hell on the phone. Sometimes he will just hang up on you. Sometimes he'll order pizzas normally, but make crazy sounds while he does, and then hang up. We've always thought this guy was just an idiot playing pranks. He would make really weird comments too, like, "I want to order a large pizza with pineapples, mustard, and your skin."
Oh.
I'll never forget that one. We usually just hang up on his ass now, and we always know it's him calling because his number is saved in our system. So he called again a few months ago and ordered a pizza normally. No bullshit, no weird comments or sounds, and gave his address too. I thought it would be interesting to finally deliver to this guy, and when I drove up to his house, it was something you'd see in a scary movie.
Yo, hold on. Is that the house from It? That was straight up the house from It.
An old as hell looking place right on the line where we don't deliver. Not in the busy part of the city where most of our orders come in. The house looked like it was about 100 years old, and there were no lights on that I could see. I wasn't scared or anything, just looking forward to seeing what he looked like. When I went to the front door, I rang the bell, but it wasn't working, so I knocked. I realized I forgot the guy's soda, and thought he'd give me shit for sure, or just freak out on me. Nobody answered right away, so I knocked again on this big door. He opened up after that second time. He was wearing this weird-looking mask around his mouth. Only his mouth. His eyes were opened wide, and I told him how much the pizza was, and that I was sorry I forgot the drink. He looked down, I think, and then said, "It's okay," and then looked at me again. I stood there looking at him for like 5 seconds in silence when I got bored of his shit and told him the amount again. He said okay, and then asked me, "Has anyone ever attacked me before?" I told him no, and if they did, they'd be sorry. He then took off his mask that was covering his mouth, and he had big-ass scars all around his mouth. I have no idea what they were from, and can't even imagine what they might have been from, but he looked seriously messed up. He smiled at me, and his lips were all cracked. I noticed he wasn't about to hand me some money, so I told him I was leaving.
Yeah, I mean, props for him. He got a free pizza for being creepy.
I turned around and started walking down the steps, and he screamed at me and slammed the door. This bastard was crazy, and I don't think any of his shit was to be funny. That final scream he gave me was creepy as hell, even though I kind of expected him to do something like that. He has called several times since then, and we always just tell him now that he is on our no delivery list. He usually just screams and hangs up, or cusses out whoever is on the phone.
I just used my Dunkin' Rewards points for a free latte and donuts.
Okay, so I wasn't made a comment on the last video how the guy had bodies and there was a bathtub full of blood, but the ad ruined the moment. So let's just go ahead and move on to the next video, which is called True Creepy Camping Stories. Now, I have gone camping, but it was like in an actual campgrounds. There was an outhouse, not an outhouse. It was like a public restroom on the outside. There was a lake, and there were other campers nearby us wherever I camped. I camped. Whatever. I can't speak English. But yeah, let's see how this guy or girl got a horror story out of camping. I can only imagine. Thank God I never went in the middle of the woods.
I was on summer break and went camping with my friend and his parents. We went to the lake during the day and did the s'mores thing
fully
at night.
clothed?
His parents shared a tent while my friend and I had our own. I can't remember where the campsite was, and I'm not really in contact with my friend anymore. But 15 years later, I'm assuming it wasn't the safest place to camp. Here's why. I woke up sometime in the early morning, like 3 or 4 a.m., and immediately saw a man's face looking in the tent at us. He had unzipped the door just enough to stick his head inside. He looked absolutely insane. He had big eyes and wild hair.
That's no human.
I was so stiff from fear, I literally couldn't do anything. The man kept moving his head from left to right, very slowly, as if it was uncontrollable. I guess my friend could hear me breathing loudly or something, because he woke up too. He had the same reaction as me, and just laid there in terror, looking at this mysterious man. I'm not certain how long he was sitting there looking at us, but it felt like hours, shaking his head back and forth. At some point, we heard a noise close by, and so did the man. He disappeared quick, and a couple minutes later we got out of our tent and woke up his parents. The guy was long gone. I'm still afraid of camping to this day.
I'm never going camping again! You bro! Come on, man! Dude! I got the chills! Yo, but... Bro. What those hunters don't know, though, is that deer just saved your freaking lives. I'll tell you that right now. Oh my god, my legs are still shaking. I still got the chills from that last one. Oh, my legs are shaking as hell. Oh my god, that was so creepy. Anyway, this next story is called True Countryside Horror Stories Animated. Now, my cousin actually lived on the countryside before. He doesn't anymore. He lives in some apartments. And my dogs are barking. Okay, anyway, let's just go ahead and get to this.
This story takes place when I was a junior high school student.
Chills, guys!
One morning during summer vacation, after my father went to work, my mother and I decided to visit my maternal grandmother, who lived in a rural area. Since my grandmother's house was...
Wait. Didn't this kid say... this guy said that this happened when he was in junior high? Why does it look like he's 8 years old?
Located in the countryside. Getting there required making a left turn, then driving for 5 minutes through a narrow, 1-car-wide, unpaved road. There were rice fields and forest on the sides of the unpaved road.
Oh, the chills in that last one, guys.
As soon as we arrived, I greeted my grandmother,
Y'all
then
Asian?
went into my youngest
You bow to
uncle's
your
room.
grandma?
I used to like visiting my grandmother's house because my uncle was a huge gaming fan and his computer was much better than mine at home. So once I confirmed my uncle was at work, I turned on his computer and started playing Doom 3, which used to be the most popular game once upon a time. After playing the game for about an hour or two, my uncle returned from work.
Why
Upon
is your
his
uncle
arrival,
later gray
my
version of Bart
grandmother asked
Simpson?
him to take her grocery shopping, since my mother, my aunt, and I were visiting her house. So at about 7 p.m., they all drove to town to do some grocery shopping. I was super excited and waved goodbye to them. Since I think it is unnecessary to explain why I was excited, I'll just leave it. After enjoying about
Because you're
90
home
minutes
alone.
of free time, my uncle called. He said he was about to turn left on the road, but one of the front wheels was punctured, and asked me to bring him a new tire which was in the storage shed.
Nope.
As
You're
I
gonna have to
said
jog
before,
through here and do it yourself,
After
bud.
making that left turn, it took about 5 minutes to drive through a narrow, unpaved single-lane road to see my grandmother's
foot?
house, but it took about 20 to 30 minutes on foot. Now that I think about it,
You're gonna make your 8 or 17, I guess, your old son in the dark walk 20 minutes just to deliver you a tire? No, I ain't doing that.
quite scary to walk on that road.
Okay, maybe if it's true, if he's like, what, 16, 17? He said he was in junior high, so. Well, no, in junior year of high school? Or just junior high school? Or junior school? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Especially at night. It had no streetlights and was surrounded by rice fields and forest.
Nope.
It was almost 9 p.m., and that area got quite dark at about 8.
Nope. One of
because
y'all
it
gonna have
was
to
in the
jog back
country.
here and do it yourself.
So to be honest, I was really scared. But not wanting anyone to know I was a
I
coward,
would be.
I decided to go. I grabbed the tire, left the house, and started walking along the unpaved road.
I mean, I just scared him when
I could see my uncle
when I
shining
take
his car's
food over to my
headlights
homie who
toward
lives
me.
across the street from me.
That
In the dark.
said, he was still quite far away from me, and the headlights looked like
That doesn't
two
look too
big
far.
yellow dots. I was a bit relieved knowing my uncle
That
and family were on
looks
the
at
other
least
end of this road.
2.5
But
minutes
the night was
on
dark,
foot.
which deepened my fear. You know, when you walk in the darkness, your eyes adjust, and you start to see unclear shapes. I felt like I could see someone standing in the rice field, and someone sitting
Tree.
down, resting his chin on his hands, and looking at me through the bushes.
Oh!
I broke out in a cold sweat
bush.
and held my legs to keep them from shaking. It felt scarier than being alone on a pitch dark night, and because of the fear and the delusion I had created, I remember feeling really dizzy. After
It's
walking
like
for
Billy.
about
It's
20
like the Grim
minutes,
Adventures of Billy
I
and
looked towards my
Mandy.
uncle's car and realized I was nearly there. Feeling happier, I rolled the tire faster. I rushed to hand over the tire to him as soon as possible, but saw something in front of me. I wasn't sure what it was,
Oh, God!
because it was still a bit away from me, but it was something dark. Suddenly,
Oh God!
I felt strange and slowed down. Since I wanted to determine what it was while still having some distance, I strained my head and neck trying to look carefully, but it was too dark. Although I was scared, I started to walk again, thinking, nothing is going to happen because I have my uncle and family about 300 meters away. But when
That's a
I
person.
got closer to it, I stopped because it became clearly visible. It was an old woman squatting
Oh
with her mouth
no!
open,
Never mind. That's not a
looking
human.
at the rice
That
field.
is a demon.
I could only see the side of her face, but my whole body shivered because her blank facial expression with her mouth open was now clearly visible in the darkness. Without realizing it, I walked really close to the old woman. For reasons I don't understand, walking by without saying anything seemed even scarier, so I started talking to her. With a
Run!
frightened voice, I asked,
Pick up the tire
"Excuse me,
and run!
what are you doing here at night?"
Don't
But she did
talk
not
to-
respond.
Pick
and
up the
kept
tire
looking
and
at the rice
sprint.
field. On the verge of crying, I shouted, "Excuse me!" She then looked at me, and I felt my heart tightening. Even though it was dark, I could
Oh, it's
clearly
making
see
the
she
grudge
had
sound effect.
white hair and I could only see the white parts
And I'm
of
calling
her
it
eyes.
it, not her.
The scariest thing were the huge wrinkles and stains covering her face and her
Ah!
wide open mouth. I felt strange, like I was going crazy while looking at her. I had eye contact, but was looking down while
Oh!
she was looking up at me.
That music.
After a few moments of eye contact, she turned her body toward me.
Ah!
Oh my gosh. I
Get the
thought she was
chills.
sitting down, but realized she had no lower body. She only had a torso and head which was
What?
supported from the ground with 2 arms. A flood of thoughts crossed my mind. But
Bro,
I
she's gonna
remember
crawl at you.
thinking,
She's gonna
there
crawl at you.
is
Run!
Satan right in front of me. I felt like she was going to run into me with her 2 arms if I didn't move. So I grabbed the
chills.
tire in my arms and
There
sprinted
you go.
with my eyes closed tightly. Without remembering how long I'd been running, I suddenly felt relieved. It was the next morning, and I was in my grandmother's room. When I asked my mother what happened, she said she was waiting for me in the car and saw me sprinting with my head down, holding the tire in my arms, and suddenly fell off the road, causing my family to come out of the car shocked. After listening to my mother, I told her and my other family members what I went through. Thinking I had suffered a heat stroke, that evening
chicken
my
soup.
grandmother made me chicken soup. My uncle told me to stop playing horror games and wouldn't let me play Doom 3 anymore. From then on, I could only play a Star Wars racing
Star Wars
game
pod race,
while
okay.
staying at my grandmother's house. I still believe
Oh!
it was not a ghost that I saw that day. It was just an illusion caused by my mental weakness.
Oh! Oh! Okay, guys, this last one for tonight is called Horror Story Animated. Grandmother's House. Just call it Grandma's House Horror Story or whatever. Whatever. This is the last one for tonight, thank God. Oh, bro, those last 2 ones. They were the ones that gave me the chills. The guy in the tent, he just poked his head out. Like, "What up, kids?" And in that last one, no leg having old ass lady. No. Hey, this is the last one. Oh, I still have the chills. Let's go ahead and get into this. In 3, 2, 1, play. Grandmother's cottage. Red eyes, great.
When I was a little girl, my parents took me to visit my
Wait, whoa, now. Oh, what?
when I was a little girl.
Okay. We're gonna start off the video like that. I'm just have this grown ass man, or with the deepest voice I ever heard, start off with the "when I was a little girl." No. Just no.
My parents took
And wait, hold on. That's the same grandma from the last story. This grandma must have been through a life. Dang.
me
Alright,
to visit my grandmother. She lived in a little
Video
village
barely
in the
even started.
countryside. Her cottage was very small and there was only one bedroom. My grandmother slept in one bed. My parents slept in the other. And I had to sleep on some cushions on the floor.
Is that laughing? Is that a
We
little kid
stayed
laughing
there
in the
for a few
background?
weeks and I was troubled by terrible nightmares. Every night, I would wake up screaming. My parents tried to calm me down and asked me what was wrong. All I could tell them was that there was a man coming to get me. I can still remember the
How about we close the curtains? The curtains were just wide open like that. Who does that?
cause of my terror. Every night, I saw a shadowy figure emerge from behind the curtains in the corner of the room. He was a pitch black man.
Oh my God,
All
it's
I could make
Venom!
out was his silhouette.
Again!
He was tall and he was hairy.
Oh,
I
never
would
mind.
watch in
It's not
horror
Venom then.
as He came crawling towards me with a sickening slowness. He came up to me.
He got
and
Joker
he whispered
lips!
something in my ear. And just as I was about to scream, he would place a finger against his lips and whisper, "Shush, shush, shush." He tortured me every night to the point where I dreaded going to sleep. As time went on,
I would too!
he
I
began to
would
appear
too!
not only at night, but also during the day. One evening, we were all watching TV in the living room, and at some point, I happened to glance to my left. The curtain slowly drew back, and I saw the man standing there.
Wait. How did the curtains open when the window was closed? Or do they leave the window wide open and keep the curtains closed? I mean, you're already weird, by keeping the window shut, but leaving the curtains wide open, you're already weird for that. But having it wide open and have the curtains closed, that's just backwards nonsense.
Staring silently at me, he raised his hand, put his finger to his lips, and whispered, "Shush.
Cat claws, bro.
Shush, shush." I let out a horrified scream and immediately told my mother what I had seen. She got up and went over to the curtains, pulling them back and forth, showing me that there was nothing there. But of course, by then,
Okay, the window
he
is
had already
closed.
disappeared. When the holiday
How did he
was
open the
over,
curtain?
we went back to our apartment in the city, and the nightmare stopped. After that,
Wait. This is the same apartment from that one story from last episode. When we saw that creature on the wall.
my grandmother would always come visit us. So we never went to her cottage
Okay,
on
maybe we won't see
vacation
entertainment.
again.
Just doesn't want to
As time went
animate
on,
other things.
I
And
stopped
people.
thinking about the man and eventually forgot about him altogether. One summer, when I was 13 years old and my little brother was 5 years old, we went to stay with my grandmother again. My parents were in the kitchen, having a cup of tea with my grandmother. They asked me to get my little brother ready for bed. When I was preparing a mattress on the floor for both of us to sleep on, my little brother was sitting on one of the beds. I noticed that he was being usually quiet. When I looked up, I saw that he was staring at something.
Oh no.
"What's wrong?" I asked. Then suddenly he jerked his head around and looked at me, his eyes wide with fear. He looked at me, pointing at the curtains. The shush man standing there.
The shush
Needless to
man?
say, my brother and I spent the night sleeping in the kitchen, and we never went to visit my grandmother's
In the
cottage
cupboard?
again.
Did you get him? Well, probably not because she told the story, but... Yo! The shush man! Heck no, bro! Voice track. Heck no, bro! The shush man? Nah, bro. Get out of here. Alright, guys. I'm just gonna wrap up today's Friday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday, because it's already 11:30. And this video is already 20 minutes long, so it's pretty sure it's gonna come out at midnight. So again, I do apologize for that. I do apologize if it does come out at midnight Saturday. That will not happen again. Because we were out late, we went shopping, and then we went to go see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which was really good, by the way. Highly recommend you go see it. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's Friday and Friday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces.